Welcome back to Tech Insights with Dylan White, y'all. It's day 11. We'll see how far we get in this journey. Hopefully, we get past 100 days and more. Just again, I want to start this video. This video is going to be all about Azure. We're going to dive into a little technical, I think, from a serious perspective. And for this kind of continued journey, when I post, I'm going to post it into a series of either we're going to have a check in, just chat, just talk, or we're going to dive into technical resources. We're going to dive into maybe partner stuff. We'll see where it goes. But for anything that's technical, I'm going to try to keep it to under 25 minutes of just content. I think that's pretty much the limit. Really giving us just about 10 to 15 to dive into whatever that is going to be. So today we're going to dive into what is Azure Resource Manager templates, otherwise known as ARM templates, right? A little arm, did a little full body workout today. So excited about that. But today we're going to talk all about ARM templates, what they are, what's included in them, and how they help us with infrastructure as code, otherwise known as IAC, India Alpha Charlie, for those out there that are good with their phonetic alphabet. So, with that being said, hopefully you guys have a smile on your face and are ready to dive in. Let's do it. All right, guys, we're going to start at the home screen for Microsoft Azure, and we're going to click Create a Resource. When that comes up, we're going to search for Azure Virtual Desktop. This is all inside the marketplace. You can see a whole bunch of prompts and whatnot for AI generated suggestions. I'm not worried about any of that today. We're going to click the Create button for the accelerator and the AVD accelerator plan. What comes up is we get a host of items, right? To review and create. So we're going to fill it out, right? Subscription we're going to populate it to. We're going to dump this into a new resource group. We're going to name this AVD demo. You can't have any spaces. I like underscores, just what I was taught. I am in the East US, so that's what we're going to do for project. I'm going to put demo one. We're going to delete a lot of this. I'm going to use domain join method is going to be Azure AD, Azure AD user, right? I'm going to use myself. If I could type, give it a random password, because all this is going to get deleted soon. Okay, do that. Host pool, I'm going to keep it pooled. Users, 2. Concurrent. Workload's going to be light, basic thing. So you can have all these options, right? Again, we kind of talked about it on the video about Nerdio, but you can have two different types of session hosts for your virtual desktops. One being pooled, which means you have concurrent users at any given time. You can have a certain set of concurrent users. Or you can have a personal where every user gets an individual machine. So for this use case, we're just going to do pooled. So I just really want you guys to be able to see the ARM template. Light use, we'll get to the next slide. The image, right? We're going to use Windows 10 Enterprise multi-session. Again, it's multi-session due to the fact we use pooled for our virtual host pool. DoD security, technical first digs. No, I don't care about any of that. It's not for the DoD. Create users at this time. I'm not going to create any users. Choose whether to delegate AVD access to all. No. It's basically how you're going to add individuals. Missing something. So on the basics. Microsoft Azure Cloud Solution Providers. So it's not available there. Let's see if I can do it here. I think it's all going to be the same. I don't have permissions. So we're going to go back. We're going to do a simple resource. Let's just do whatever. Well, let's create just a virtual machine, just a standard VM. For the purposes of demos, sometimes you just gotta be flexible. We're gonna create a quick virtual machine. Again, this is more about that you guys being able to see the demo and see what ARM template is. And we will do virtual machine name. We'll call it ARM. We'll call it VM underscore. I like dashes. We'll call it VM ARM1 region East availability zone. I don't need any redundancy. Let's create a Windows machine, whatever. Again, we're going to delete this away immediately. We'll do standard username. Again, we'll call it demo. We're going to delete all this anyway, so ARM, and we're going to give it a password. Port rules. This port allows for remote desktop protocol access, so once it's created, you can then use RDP, which is on every Windows machine, to then go access the machine. You can confirm you have the rights. This puts the hard drive in, right? So image default, if you're going to do key management, data disks, what kind of data disk you're going to have. You're going to have a separate data and OS disk. I'm not going to do any of that. Networking, I'm creating new networks all the same, not now. So it's going to be a new VNet with a new subnet. 10.1 is fine. Public IP, none. I don't need to reach you on the public IP address. So public IP is if you're going to do like a simple VM. So you're just going to do one. And again, if you want to, for testing purposes, and tell most people to do that unless you're going to use like a bastion where you're going to connect over to bastion. We haven't dove into what that means. For the purposes, again, we're all just trying to get to the ARM template so you guys can actually see it. I'm going to allow the ports and load balancing. I don't need any of that fun stuff. Management wise, basic free plan, right, for Defender for Cloud allows us to see just basic Defender for Cloud pieces. Auto shutdown, yes. Automatic shutdown at 7 p.m. It's perfectly fine. Backups, recovery, don't care about any of that. Alerts, diagnostics, health, don't care. Advanced, no extension. I'm not going to install any apps immediately. You can pass the script if you want to before provisioning. User data, all that fun stuff. The host group if it needs one. All right. Proximity placement, don't need any of that. Tags, I'm going to put a tag on this demo for, we'll call it environment. And we're going to do demo, we'll call it security pre-sales, it's fine. All the resources would get tagged with that same value, which is very cool. So from the VNet that gets built, all the different underlying services for this one virtual machine where we went through all these pieces, including the storage disks, all that get tagged with the same value for the environment, which is really cool. So we're reviewing create. You know what you saw above was a Copilot bar. I'm not worried about any of that right now. I don't care about pricing, any of that fun stuff. Let's see if it actually runs any validations. It's still working. Let's see. All right, so we passed validation. We got that green bar. Don't really care about terms. This is only recommended for testing for RDP. Of course, you don't want to leave that wide open to the internet. So you see all these cool things, but down at the bottom right hand corner, you get this option to download a template for automation purposes. That's the button we want to click. So we're going to click that download. We get the template. We get the parameters, which this is what we're looking for. So we have 31 parameters with 4 different variables building 5 resources, right? So we can easily download all of these, and it builds us a template zip file, and we can actually open that file up. We can review it, we can save it, whatever we can use in the future. But this is the infrastructure as code that you have to use to actually build a machine. So I was in that video I shared yesterday when they were talking about ARM templates and doing a deployment via DevOps, this are the pieces, right? So you can see the resources, right? We've built a network interface card, right? So this is how we built the actual VNet parameters for the NSG, otherwise known as Network Security Group, right? Our actual virtual network that was built, we have the parameters for that. We have our tags, we have the name of it, which version it's dependent on. Hardware size is going for a virtual machine. Storage disk and all the deletions, right? You can see the virtual machine name parameters. All these cool things are getting passed through, right? And you have these, right? Location from a string parameter, right? It's looking for, right? It's got all the address prefixes, and we're only passing certain things to it, right? So we're only looking for 4 different variables, which is subnet, VNet, and then NSGID, right? Which stands for Network Security Group, right? So infrastructure as code is you start looking through it and you get different pieces that are applicable. I tell people to go look at what's actually underneath what they're deploying, right? So you can get a little bit more familiar with it, and especially if you're doing it repetitively. Um, Virtual machines are one of those pieces where it's pretty quick to get into when you actually deploy the infrastructure as code. You're only changing a few different variables, right? So you're only changing, network security group name, virtual machine name. So if you actually wanted to change it, right, you can look at the properties, parameters, the tags, right? We have security pre-sales here. I could actually change that tag if I wanted to. Um, you can see security rules, what security rules we're applying. Let's see if I can find the resource name. Parameters for our VM. Version type is Windows 11. UEFI secure boots. We have our password and usernames, right? You can actually change all of these aspects, right? And parameters, admin username, right? So we can go into our parameters. And you actually click into the virtual machine name, right? You have the type and it's looking for a string. All these cool pieces. With that being said, let's get out of it. All right, y'all. So now that fun was recorded, you guys are going to see this as after I attempted to build an AVD ARM template. I realized I was using an accelerator that was previously built by Microsoft specifically for DoD. And you need certain permissions on it. Didn't have it, so is what it is. For demo purposes, hopefully this showed you guys a little bit about ARM templates and why they're used and some of the underlying code. The code you guys saw, if you guys aren't familiar with it, it's called JSON, right? So it's all about JavaScript. It's just another coding language. The more you learn, especially JSON, the better you're going to get. JSON's used in identity. It's used all over Microsoft Azure, ARM templates specifically, right? So as you go to load them, Bicep, it just helps you recognize different languages. And it's one of the more recognized ones, especially for infrastructure as code. So hopefully you guys got some value out of it. I definitely did. It reminded me of some certain things I need to go get much more depth on from an ease of use. I want to work on some automations in my own side from a just getting more familiar with different technologies. And this helps you. So hopefully you guys got a little bit of value on it. In standard fashion, again, it's June. So as June being Mental Health Awareness Month, please, all of you out there, hopefully you guys are having a smile on your face. If you haven't, go get a walk in, go read a couple of pages in a book, just do whatever you guys enjoy. Make sure you get 5 minutes to yourself, and just think, and hopefully you guys have that outlet, some sort of outlet. So that being said, another day in the books. I will see y'all tomorrow and we'll dive into what happened the week before. See you.